Bryan and Elaine, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Kamusta buhay sa Melbourne?
Okay naman. Okay na ngayon.
Are you always based in Melbourne or nag-Sydney kayo or somewhere?
Nag-start kami sa Sydney para as a student,
Kailan yun?
2012.
Student? Pareho kayong student?
Oo. Magkaiba lang kami nung pathway. Pero essentially, international student pa rin.
And what course?
Nag-straight, diretso ako sa nursing. So, nag-bridging ako. Si Bryan, other courses.
Aged care muna for 1 year and then business course. Parang kahit anong course muna para lang magstay for the visa.
So, Bryan, what was your background in the Philippines?
Nurse,
Nurse. And where did you graduate?
Fatima.
Fatima. Oh, similar with no. Ninong A.
Fatima Valenzuela.
Yeah. Represent Venezuela din ako. And Elaine, ikaw naman. What's your background in Philippines?
Nurse din sa Philippines.
Fatima din.
Hindi. Sa Baguio, sa SLU.
Ang layo. Why did you go to Australia?
To be honest, I was wanting to go to the United States. Like any nurse, I think. Laging yung NCLEX, gano'n. So, nag-exam ako. Nag-antay ng visa. And then, the United States, I think meron silang recession at the time. So, matagal. And then, some of the friends used, they went to Australia. Tapos, I tried. And essentially, mas okay pala. Kasi mas malapit sa Philippines. Yun.
Bryan?
Bakit sa Australia? Parang nung time na yun kahit saan nag-open yung Australia.
So how did you guys start in Australia?
Ako, I started as, essentially an international student. Straight to the bridging course. And then got through work via work sponsorship visa at the time. Tapos, nag-apply ng PR. So, nagtuloy-tuloy na.
Similar lang din. Parang I started as student pero hindi kagad straight as part din sa course ko. As a nurse, parang kung ano nung course muna. Ipon muna for the bridging. Tapos yun, after bridging, nag-apply din for PR.
What was your initial goal naman nung dumating kayo ng Australia?
Like any international student, I suppose, para ma-PR. Yun agad yun. Para maging stable ka dito.
Ma-PR lang. By any means.
And how long did it take you? Ikaw na, Bryan. How long did it take you to, since you arrived, and then to get your PR? How many years?
Parang 4 years din.
4 years. And that was quick.
How is it?
Diba? Ikaw, Elaine, how long did it take?
Within less than a year. So, from 2015 tas 2016 na kuha ko na yung PR.
And you guys are married, no?
Yes.
For how many years?
How many years? 19, 20, 4?
4 years. So nagkakilala kayo dito.
Yes.
And then you guys got married here sa Philippines or?
Dito.
Dito, di ba?
Hindi sure. How did you start your investment journey?
So, we got our first property in 2020. But ever since we met, we really were focused on, okay, this is what we want. We need to have investment journey. We got our first home. But back then, we didn't know Ninong A yet. So, sariling sikap yung aming first home. So, we did research, nagtanong-tanong sa mga tao. Ano pa ba?
Back then, naghahanap talaga kami ng mentor. Pero, yun, wala rin kami mahanap So, parang nag-interview na lang kami ng mga agent, ganyan, ng mga friends and family na may first home, kung ano magandang gawin.
So Ninong A is your mentor. No? And how did you meet him?
Sa badminton.
Paano?
While playing badminton. Tapos sakto na nandun siya. Tapos parang kwento-kwento kasi may bagong tao. So tanong ano kami, paano sila pumunta ng Melbourne. Tapos narinig namin parang ano na siya, retire na. So naging interesado kami kasi paano.
And when was that? Anong year?
2021 or 2021.
21. So, 2 years. So, yung nagba-badminton kayo, kilala mo na siya as, Alvin, as Ninong A? Or it was completely spontaneous, random na nagkakwentuhan lang?
Random lang talaga.
Okay.
Dahil lang bagong tao. Parang bago. We welcome lang ganun. Tapos nalaman namin nurse din, tapos nag-retire na, parang sabi namin, uy, parang gusto namin malaman kung paano.
Mm.
Tapos willing naman siya mag-share, kaya tinawag ko agad si Elaine, sabi ko, uy, ikaw na magtuloy ng tanong.
What are the 3 benefits of having a mentor?
Number 1, parang shortcut na yung journey mo, kasi andun na sila tatanungin mo na lang kung paano. Tsaka parang less na yung mga mistake, kasi sasabihin nila yung mga mistake din nila. Parang hindi mo nagagawin, so nasa sayo na yun kung gusto mo pang i-try.
Yung kapag marami kang tanong, yun, easy access. Kasi alam niya kung ano yung mga kailangang i-address, lalo na kapag super dami ng tanong mo, yung fears mo, lalo, paano ba to? Or magkano ba to? Ganon. So, it's very handy to have a mentor. Really.
And last?
Last, cheaper. Kasi sometimes you make mistakes, pero it comes with a cost. So, kapag may mentor ka, sasabihin niya, this is what you should do. So, hindi ka na mag-i-invest or bibili ng isang bagay na, or bahay na mahal dahil nagtanong ka.
Is it a new concept to you having a mentor?
No. We've always been seeking for mentors or coach. So, bago pa yung investment namin, meron kaming, what's that? Calisthenic coach, badminton coach, mindset mentor, and investment mentor. So, it's not something new. We always seek expert advice or professional advice or experienced people.
Was that something that you learned or something your parents taught you na find someone who's done it, find a coach or mentor, or dito nyo lang na-discover sa Australia na, okay, we should look for a mentor?
So personally, growing up, yung parents namin, we were encouraged to learn something. So either instrument yan o anything sports. Tapos, ang gusto ko kasi natututukan, like one-on-one, hindi yung group, kasi ang tendency nun, I would just do whatever I want, tas di na lang ako i-check. So, yun. And then as we evolve, as we grow up, we were thinking dapat different stages of your life, you have to have different mentors.
Sa akin naman, parang bago yun. Parang na-influence na lang ako nung nag-meet kami. Tapos yun, parang mas maganda naman talaga pag may mentor, may magtuturo, ganyan. Kala ko kasi kaya na DIY lahat yung mga ganyan.
What are the top 3 advice you can give to someone who's just starting into their real estate investing?
We were there once.
So, like what he said, we were there once. So, we started with nothing. We came here as international student with the hopes of getting PR. So, next advice would be ask the right people. And thirdly, the right people will be always available and they have your best interest.
What are the biggest challenges that you guys faced throughout this journey of your investment life?
Financial problem. Kasi nung umpisa, di ba, parang nung nagsa-start pa lang kami, ang mahal ng bahay, ganyan. Parang lahat, yung mga ibang mostly na tatanungan namin, parang sasabihin, mahal na kasi ngayon ganyan. Parang ang daming mga advice na parang minsan kasi hindi applicable sa amin, ganyan. Na parang maghantay muna, ganyan, ipon muna.
So how did you overcome those, let's say, negative advice?
Well, like family, friends, or other people, they mean well. It's just that you have to listen kasi you won't disrespect them. But it's up to you how to process that advice. If it's not helping, then it's not helping. Yung financial na challenge, what we did was ask the banks, the brokers. Sometimes there was an experience where the agents didn't want to talk to us because we were very honest about our financial status. Na it wasn't very high. Walang, kumbaga sa grading, hindi kami A+ sa finances. But we sought different people until we met Kuya Alvin. Ninong A. That's why yun, it became easier.
What is the most memorable advice that he gave you when you were just starting?
Naku, napakadami na nun. It would be, I think it wasn't an advice. It was a process of how to figure out what you really want. The goals, the clear, he helped us through having a clear goal. Yun. I think that's the main thing. Otherwise, we would have not started any journey at all because if your goals aren't clear, wala kang pupuntahan.
Bryan, what advice do you think most memorable you received from Ninong A as a mentor?
Para sa akin yung i-follow lang yung checklist na binigay niya. Tsaka magtanong pag may question.
For you, gaano kahalaga having a very clear goal in your investment journey?
Importante. Yeah. Kasi, pag hindi mo alam yung goal mo, hindi mo alam yung pupuntahan mo, sabi niya nga. Kaya pag hindi clear yung goal mo, so paano ka makakapunta sa pupuntahan mo? Or
For you, Elaine, how important having a very clear goal?
It is very vital in everything that you do because it's like navigation. So if you want to go or reach a place, you have to know what place or where you want to be. But also, when you're faced with challenges, if you look into your goals, you just focus on that. So regardless, there will be obstacles along the way. But if you're focused and you know your goals, then I think the journey becomes easier.
Did you always want to invest? At one point in your life, you decided, I think I need to start investing in real estate.
It wasn't really real estate. It's not the main thing, but I think the goal was I want to be rich. Yun lang. Regardless of whether it's investment in stocks, in real estate, or whatever business it is. So, yun. And then eventually real estate came, and then it gave us opportunity to invest in other stuff, in other legal stuff.
Ikaw, Bryan?
ako naman, late bloomer kasi ako sa investing. So parang dati, yung alam ko lang mag-work, ganyan, until 60 or 60 plus. Nung na-meet ko siya, na-influence niya ako. So parang, sabi ko, mas maganda nga naman yun. So binago ko na yung parang dating, yun lang yung alam ko kasi dati. So parang mas better na plan mag-invest than to retire early.
Elaine, you said, you gusto mo lang yumaman, you wanted to be rich. What's your definition of your rich life?
A rich life would be having possibilities and options because you don't have to stick with someone else's schedule, or you're not working for someone else. So you just have freedom, I suppose. Freedom to do what you want, to play badminton, to visit your family, friends, yun, travel, wake up whatever time you want, sleep early. Ganun.
So more on time, having that freedom to do whatever you want with your time.
It is essentially time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ikaw, Bryan?
Parang magawa mo yung mga gusto mo, so more time. Para yung wala nang work na para kasi, di ba laging iniisip may work. So you need to schedule for the things you want to do. So parang magagawa mo na kahit anong gusto mo. Badminton, to travel, visit mo yung mga friends mo or family.
In terms of materialistic goals, did you have any goals na, I'm rich once, kaya ko na bumili ng Rolex, or pag I'm driving a Range Rover, or if I can buy a nice, Chanel bag. Did you have any goals, materialist?
Wala naman masyado. Parang normal lang. Yung bahay lang tsaka kotse dati. Tapos ngayon parang hindi na masyadong importante. Basta happy na ako basta makabili lang ng watch or car, ganyan.
Do you have a dream car?
Wala din masyado.
Wala na? Nabili mo na?
Hindi, parang dati meron mga sports car.
Yeah.
Tapos parang ngayon, mas happy na ako, parang mas happy ako pag mas importante yung time kaysa mga material na bagay.
Ikaw, Elaine?
I wasn't really a fan of yung mga high-end cars or whatever. Sometimes, pakiramdam ko, it's a good feeling that you know that you can afford, but you don't necessarily have to buy it. Yung pag gusto mo, at gustong-gusto mo, kaya mong bilhin. Kasi mas mahirap yung gustong-gusto mo tas wala kang pambili or kailangan mo i-sacrifice, mag-OT ka ng 24 hours para lang mabili. So, sa akin, I'm satisfied by the thought that I know I can afford it.
Mm. How do you keep yourself encouraged and motivated when you face setbacks?
Like I said, having a clear goal, you have to do that. But in terms of motivation, we have each other. So, if I'm low, siya yung nagsusupport. Tapos, usually kasi ako, I overthink sometimes. Tapos, siya yung nagpapakalma sa akin. So, I think it's a partnership.
Parang we celebrate, small victory para sa amin.
How do you find naman the right people in your circle?
In your daily life, you would meet different people. So, may mga taong negative, may mga positive. You always have to, like I said earlier, it would be just listening, but then you have to filter out. So the right people are the ones that give you positive advice and that would help you grow and achieve your goals.
Kwentuhan lang, ganyan. Makikita namin kung parang okay ba siya, ganyan. Depende sa parang mga advice nila. Pag mga negative, usually kasi parang puro pangit lang yung sinasabi. Kasi siguro yun yung experience nila. So parang titingnan namin kung ano na yung na-achieve nila, ganyan. Tapos willing ba silang i-share. So parang yun yung parang kinikip namin. Yun yung matutulungan din kami.
Did you have any, let's say, haters or people with parang negative comments when you guys started investing, especially when you bought your second, third property?
Hindi pa masyadong haters, pero naririnig-rinig lang namin na para kasi siguro dahil hindi kami lumapit sa kanila or mali yan, ganyan. Na parang dapat ganito yung ginawa nyo, ba't di kasi kayo nagtanong? So, meron din. Hindi lang namin masyadong pinapansin kasi hindi man makakatulong eh. Unless meron silang binibigay na solution na parang, willing kaming turuan kayo, dapat ganito yung gawin nyo, and then for the next one, ganito yung gawin nyo. Pero yung iba kasing advice na parang, mali yan dahil hindi nyo ginawa yung katulad sa amin. So, mga ganun, hindi na namin masyadong pinapansin. Kasi parang normal naman din sa mga tao eh.
Ikaw?
Yun, sabi nga ni Bryan, it's not negative or haters. It's just a different advice from what we did. Usually kasi sa atin, mga sabi-sabi. So, we just filter them out. We respect their opinion, but we don't necessarily have to follow them if it's not in sync with our goals.
Do you follow a specific checklist on what to invest in?
Yes. So, we have a checklist that Ninong A kindly shared. So, one is location. So, you would have developments in that area. So, it has to be near schools kasi you would want your tenants to be young families.
Price din, parang importante. If you want more than one, parang dapat below 600. Tsaka yung mga places na yung government willing to spend like multi-million investment, mga ganun.
Brent, how old are you?
35.
And Elaine?
37.
And how many properties you guys have currently? Today, it's November 11, 2023.
At the moment, we're on the 4th and waiting for the 5th one. Yeah, but so 4.
So you have four
Four,
and
yeah.
waiting for the fifth one.
Yes.
What do you mean waiting?
So we just need to settle it and then I think dun na lang muna for the deposit.
Yeah.
But we've done all the initial steps for that last property for now.
Did you ever imagine yourself being in this position, having let's say five properties at this age when you were just, starting out?
We envisioned ourselves to be there. We were clear on what we wanted. So every year meron kaming whiteboard session ni Bryan. We do it at the end of the year. And so essentially, ginagawa namin yun para alam namin kung saan kami papunta. But when Ninong A asked us, what was your goal? So we said we wanted 5 properties in 5 years. But that was too big, isn't it?
Nung una, punta ko sa Australia, parang hindi. Parang goal ko lang talaga ma-PR, ganyan. Tapos, magkaroon ng bahay, kotse. Kasi parang yun lang yung mga feeling ko, yun okay ka na nun eh. Tapos yun nga, kasi late bloomer ako. Parang kailan lang nagbasa-basa about sa mindset, ganyan. Tapos dahil may mentor, nag-guide din. Kasi yung question niya minsan, na-hit yung tamang tanong eh. Parang tinanong niya rin sa amin kung ilan yung gustong property. Parang doon ko lang nalaman na parang kailangan pala may goal ka or meron kang at least number kung ilang properties gusto mo, ganyan. So, ngayon, dati hindi. Parang lately, oo. Na parang alam namin possible na nung nag-start na kami, parang alam na ano namin na possible ma-reach tong kung nasan kami ngayon.
Elaine, what sacrifices did you make to reach your goals?
Delayed gratification. So, we had to skip several occasions, yung di kami nagta-travel, or kahit yung mga simpleng party ng mga kamag-anak or friends, we had to skip that because we knew that we have to skip that to be able to join other or more celebrations in the future. So, yung mga pass muna kasi either nag-work kami or nakag-attend kami ng mga seminar. Kasi wala pa kaming mentor at the time. So, minsan, Sunday, imbes na nasa birthday party kami, nandun kami sa seminar ng real estate or anything yun.
Bryan,
Parang sa mga day off namin tsaka sa free time, parang busy kami ng kakaaral. Lagi kaming may mga ina-attendang seminar or nag-enroll ng mga course, mga short course for self-development.
how do you do your research naman?
Internet, tsaka asking people.
So, yung sa internet, because you can always find information in the internet. It's there. But then you have to clarify the information to the right people. So, kasi mahirap yung nagtatanong ka sa isang tao tapos hindi mo naman talaga alam yung tamang tanong. So, you have to do your research first and then ask the right question to the right person.
So your mentor, Ninong A, is very big on pay it forward. For you guys, how do you pay it forward?
To begin with, we are very private people. So, but Ninong A has convinced or in a way explained that we are able to reach a number of people within our circle. But if we do like interviews or Zoom or we join live, Facebook Live, di pa namin alam, Facebook Live groups, at least we are able to reach out to other people who have the same experience. So we also share our time. And we're always willing to help others, especially when addressing people's fear or paano kayo nag-start, mga ganun.
You guys currently have 5 investment properties. What's next for you? Are you aiming to get 10, 15, 20? Or do you want to invest on something else?
Parang gusto namin itry mag-business muna. So, yung business, hindi pa namin sure kung ano.
Now that we are able to secure that, because what we did was, we bought houses before we bought lifestyle. So now that we have options, we can do, I guess we can chase what we want to do, or we can start a business. But having that option, I think possibilities are endless. Or probably more houses. It's easier anyway at this time. Yeah.
What's your message to the Filipinos here in Australia who feel like achieving a property portfolio is impossible or hard to achieve?
Andyan din kami dati. Kaya niyo yun.
You would need to have a very clear goal. Kahit na lagi mong sinasabi, oh, you will hear from us goals, goals, goals. But actually, that's the hardest question. Pag tinanong ko sa'yo, anong gusto mong maging pagtanda mo? It's very hard at this stage. So, kailangan, or kaya, sinong gusto mong maging pagtanda mo? Kaya you have to know where you want to be and who you want to be. So, very clear goals.
So ilang years ka sa Australia?
8.
11.
11. Okay. Sige, last question. And how important is it to have the right people in your circle?
I'm sure narinig mo na yung you are the average of the 5 people you get together with. So, kung ang surroundings mo ay puro negative, tignan mo yung sarili mo. Are you turning into that same person? Or do you want to get out of that circle? It's not easy to get out of that pattern, but if it helps you, then do it. At the end of the day, ikaw lang din bahala sa buhay mo.
So 10 years ago, dumating kayo dito as an international student from the Philippines. And now you have 5 investment properties as a couple. What advice can you give dun sa mga international students na kakadating lang na nangangapapa, they don't know what goals to pursue? Yeah, what advice would you give to them?
Pagdating mo dito, ang dami mong kailangan gawin, right? So what I did is I look it as like a chapter in a book. Parang una pa lang, okay, PR. And then these are the things that I need to do. Tapos na yung PR, next chapter na. So I was praying, sabi ko, okay, next chapter na po tayo. Citizenship naman, or next chapter na, work. So ito yung mga, so you have a goal, you have a bigger goal, but take the small steps because it is actually, it will help you get to your bigger goal.
Dream big, tsaka focus lang sa goals. Celebrate mo yung mga small victory. Huwag mag-focus sa mga negative.
Ngayon guys, na okay na kayo sa Australia. Okay. Saan niyo gusto mag-retire? Sa Pilipinas o sa Australia?
Philippines.
Philippines. Ikaw, Elaine.
Kasi okay na. So now I have the option to go to the Philippines and go to Australia. Yun. So essentially, we have to go somewhere else. Yung, kumbaga pwede kaming pumunta sa iba't ibang lugar ngayong okay na.
So, kung walang uwian, walang balikan, isa lang pipiliin mo. Okay. Now, let's say in 5 years, let's say 5 years from now, you will completely retire. Saan mo pipiliin? Sa Pilipinas or sa Australia?
Para sa akin, kung nasan yung family. So, pag dito kami. So, Australia, parang gano'n. Kung nasa Philippines, so Philippines.
Kung nasan ang pamilya nung ka. Ikaw, Elaine.
Ganun din. So kung sa family, ipabiyahe lahat ng pamilya dito sa Australia. Yun. So I think yung Australia kasi, as you know, okay yung sa healthcare, ganon. But Philippines, maganda sa Philippines. So, but essentially, kung kailangan, ibabiyahe lahat ng buong pamilya dito sa Australia.
Ano isang bagay na miss mo na from the Philippines?
Jollibee.
Jollibee talaga.
Oo, Jollibee.
Favorite
Oo, isang bagay.
meal?
Ang dami. C3, ganon.
Ano yung C3?
Yung spaghetti tsaka chicken. Pero siya yung kumakain nung spaghetti na part. Sa akin yung chicken.
Ikaw, Brian.
Bagay,
Isang bagay na miss mo na sa Pilipinas?
bagay food nga siguro. Baka Jollibee.
Jollibee.
Dalawang C3 kasi may kumakain ng sa chicken eh.
Alright. Guys, Elaine, Bryan, thank you so much for being here on the show. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thanks for